let's move on to the news portion.
Yes.
Which I do have a variety of different news.
Nice.
So we're going to start off with some Supercross, motocross news.
Okay, sweet.
So first things first, our boy Tom Vialle will next year no longer be racing in the Supercross or MXX, whatever, championships, Super Motocross.
Yeah, Supercross, Super Motocross.
Pro Motocross.
And Super Pro, yeah, like all of
all
them.
the crosses. He will be returning back to Europe because while he would have been actually... he was offered a contract with KTM to race in the 450 because he won the East twice now, the 250 SX. However, Honda actually offered him a multi-year contract in the MX.
Nice.
So the, what is that, MX? What is that? Motocross
Yeah,
championship.
Motocross champion.
So
Grand Prix.
will be a bummer to not see him on the track anymore, but I do also have ambition to maybe track that out next year because we have not really watched any motocross. We've been really watching only Supercross.
Yeah.
And then you've watched more pro motocross than I did.
Yeah, the only tricky thing with that always is because you do need another subscription for it.
Yeah.
So that's always
how they get you.
Yeah, that's the tough part when you want to watch all these different types of
championships
because they all have their own subscription service. I do remember there was a conversation about that. Tom Vialle might or most likely will not return, so it's not a big surprise to me. However, it is a bummer.
Yeah.
I liked seeing him on the track. He was so competitive. I mean, clearly he was very competitive since he's won.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll have a different European guy joining instead. That we can follow along.
The other one was Jorge Prado, and he only did a few select races.
Yeah, he did a couple.
Also,
I mean, technically, Ken Rockshin.
Exactly. He's a legend. He will win next year.
He's the European star.
He is.
I don't know what
He lives upstairs.
Oh my gosh, that would be insane.
It's like, why you live in an apartment in LA, sir?
he can do whatever he wants.
Didn't he make in his one race, he made like 170K or something?
Yeah, so he can afford the rent.
Yeah, that's true.
He probably prepaid for the year.
Yeah. Hey, can you prepay for us?
I know, please.
And then the other pro motocross, Supercross news that I have is that Eli Tomac is no longer with Monster Energy Yamaha. So the team decided to not renew. He signed on with them in 2022 and he ended up actually winning that same year. And then the last couple of years he did have like struggles with injuries and stuff like that. However, that doesn't mean that we're not going to see Eli next year because he did sign with
awesome.
Red Bull KTM.
Oh.
So he will be still racing in a championship. So we will not be missing Eli. Hopefully, you know, knock on wood, just like Kenny, no injuries next year, right?
Yes,
it's
I mean,
a dangerous
he was
sport,
very
right?
competitive.
Super competitive at the beginning of the year, and then he just got injured.
It's a dangerous sport.
It is.
I'm surprised now that we're following along, like now for 2 years, how incredibly dangerous the sport is, or like how injury prone.
I'm honestly curious to see how, like, if people are getting the same rate injuries here in Supercross compared to motocross.
Oh, interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just that I always think about Austin Faulkner's crash, and I'm like, he fell on concrete, and I'm like, why is there concrete? You know?
Upsetting.
This is the one thing I always think about, and it's like, why wasn't there like a little mattress? You know? Because like it happens all the time. You know?
Or just put the dirt all the way to the edge. Like there shouldn't be concrete anywhere there, just because it's so dangerous.
You know? Then I have. Did you want to say anything else about this?
Go for it.
So we're gonna move on to now some Formula 2 news.
Ooh.
And then, do you know? And I'm gonna say the name, and I'm gonna hope I pronounce it right.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Kalle Rovanperä is?
He sounds familiar. Rovanperä definitely sounds familiar. He sounds Finnish.
Yes, and he's currently the reigning World Rally Champion.
Yes.
He's battling for his, I don't know, is World WCR's World WCR? Is it?
No, World WRC.
World Rally Championship. I don't think it's over yet.
No, I think they have at least one more rally, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because they also do the snow stuff. Yeah, they don't care about the weather. And
they truly don't.
They really don't.
Yeah.
So he is actually retiring from rally, and he will be racing in single-seater next year.
Oh, interesting. interesting. Because he has been very successful in rally.
Yeah, he's won it 2 years. I think he's won it now back to back, and he's still super young. He's 25.
Oh shit!
So next year he will be joining. So he signed a contract with Toyota. So next year he will join the Formula Regional Oceania.
Okay, gotcha.
Then he will also be joining the Super Formula, and then in 2027 he will be joining the Formula 2 grid. So next year essentially will be his preparation year for Formula 2, which I think is a really smart thing to do.
And it also makes sense because Oceania, I think, usually happens more earlier in the year.
Exactly.
And then Super Formula happens throughout the rest of the year, which is also that side of the world, Japan.
Exactly. Due to them being, Oceania being on the opposite of the hemisphere.
Yeah, exactly.
They start... I don't know if they already start in December, but definitely January.
Yeah. No, I think they start end of the year going into early of the year. And then Super Formula is throughout the year.
Exactly.
So, that's interesting. That's smart. So he can prepare, battle also different people, different tracks. Oh, I'm very curious to see how he does.
I'm definitely something I want to keep my eye on.
Yeah.
Currently, F1 racer Liam Lawson also used to race in Super Formula, and he said it was insanely competitive because those guys, they usually stay in that championship for many, many years, and that's the only thing that they race, and it's the same tracks. So Super Formula is a single-seater, a Japanese championship, right? So I'm very excited. I think it's very interesting to make that move.
Yeah.
Kalle has said that the G-force is definitely something that he's getting used to because you don't. Of course, you feel G-force in a rally car, but it's not nearly because you're obviously not exposed.
Yeah.
So he's saying that it's definitely something to get adjusted to. But I also think that anyone who has ever watched rally, and if you've never watched rally, just look up on YouTube Monte Carlo night rally, and you will see how insane it is.
I get goosebumps just thinking about. I always say it. I love rally so much because it's absolutely insane. It's fast. It's incredibly difficult. I mean, the tracks they're not on tracks. The streets and surfaces that they're on is it's so fascinating. And I also think, the driver is so important. The co-driver is essential to it. I have something to say after this too about it. But I love it so much. It's just the Rally TV app is such a pain, and that's truly the only reason I don't watch more of it because it always gives me such rage.
Yeah, I think the website is better to watch it, a better viewing experience. So maybe next year we can try to make an effort for it because you are missing out on a lot by getting hung up on the app, which we are.
And I get it, but it was just so frustrating all the time. And but anyways, very quickly in terms of one. Thank you for sharing that news. I'm really excited about that. I'm really curious to see how his skills adapt to it because obviously he's excellent in rally. And I know I've seen like Liam Lawson also drive a rally car before. And it's really interesting how his skills as an F1 driver adapt to it.
He did really well.
He did. So I'm really curious to see how Kalle will translate into it. I mean, we saw Leah.
Leah Block,
who's now in F1 Academy. She comes from rally, and obviously she is younger and not as experienced as Kalle.
Yeah, Leah's barely 18, right?
Exactly. Oh, she is 18 now. But so it's going to be interesting to see how his transition is. So I'm definitely curious to follow that as well.
And it's also interesting to be like, listen, I've already won this, I guess, and now I'm going to challenge myself with something else. Because he could have just be like, okay, I'm just going to keep winning over here. Right? I don't know if he's going to win it this year, but
no, because I think this year he did
partial season.
Yes, exactly, because he did back to back, and he wanted to take it a little bit lighter this year. But then even I think some of the races where he came back, he
won because he's a G.
Insane. So I'm very excited to see that, and I do want to also follow along his season next year. And the great thing about Oceania and Super Formula, I think both you can watch for free on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
So easy peasy.
I don't know about Super Formula.
I'm pretty sure Super Formula
that would be lit.
Is
but
also
for sure,
on YouTube.
Formula Regional Oceania is available for free on YouTube, and I do believe they do 3 races per weekend because they do, I think, regular, reverse, and then regular.
I know they do at least 2, so maybe 3 could be potentially.
I think so because it's like Formula 4.
Yeah.
So,
maybe.
But don't quote me on it.
Anyway, so very quickly, since you brought it up, or since we're talking about rally, I saw an Instagram clip this week. I hadn't looked it up yet. That's why I didn't want to initially bring it up, but I thought it was hilarious. So it was also about a rally. And for rally, of course, you have the driver and you are required to have a co-driver.
A co-pilot.
And apparently there was, I think it was a Finnish driver. I don't know if it was in what league of rally it was, but apparently he didn't have a co-driver. So he grabbed a homeless person and dressed him up and put him in the passenger seat and had him as his co-driver. And the only way apparently people found out that he was not a real co-driver is once they heard him or saw the recording of him in the passenger seat just yelling, "Oh shit, slow down." Constantly is when they found out that he was not the actual co-driver, because he had, of course, the helmet on and stuff, and he was not like saying anything, but all the stuff he was saying was like, "Oh shit, slow down, let me out," like that kind of stuff. I thought it was
is that
bonkers.
verified?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay, it would be hilarious.
Yeah, I just saw it on YouTube. Somebody was telling that story, and I hadn't had it, or on Instagram, and I hadn't had a chance to look it up and verify it.
You should have called up Patricia. Maybe she was busy racing her own race, right?
But I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, I feel bad for that person.
Because people don't know. Like, a part of me, I would like to experience. The other part of me is like, it's a little too crazy, dude. It is insane.
Yeah, I would maybe want to try it, be just be in the co-driver seat for like a track that is...
It's not Monte Carlo. I would do like Kenya.
That's exactly what I mean. Like where it has no cliffs on either side.
Kenya, because Kenya is also like visually just gorgeous.
Yes.
I also like the idea of the race of the gods, so Greece. But I don't know if there's cliff situations.
That's why I'm like, I don't want any cliffs, dangerous stuff. I want there to be either sand on both sides or streets or whatever it is, but I don't want any...
Or like Rally Dakar. Like, put me in. Rally Dakar. Yeah.
I mean, that would be insane.
But don't do me with the other nonsense.
No,
absolutely not.
Anyways, what's the next thing that you wanted to share?